The High Court on Tuesday allowed the petition made by 6 financial institutions to wind up Serba Dinamik Holdings and its 3 companies. These 3 companies are Serba Dinamik International, Serba Dinamik and Serba Dinamik Group. The 4 companies in question are said to have a total debt of close to 5 billion ringgit. This follows Judicial Commissioner Ahmad Murad Abdul Aziz allowing the petition filed by Standard Chartered Sadiq, HSBC Amanah Malaysia, Bank Islamic, MIDF Amanah Investment Bank, United Overseas Bank Malaysia and Bank Islam Malaysia. Following the winding up petition, they would be placed under liquidator Victor Saul from PricewaterhouseCoopers. The Serba companies had previously offered to pay 15% of the debt to the local lenders by August 31st last year and the remaining amount by the end of last year. However, they failed to do so. It was also revealed that the companies had also failed to make statutory payments, including Employees Provident Fund and Social Security Organisation for its staff. Shares in Inari Amertron fell as much as 13 cent or 4.6% to 2 ringgit 67 in morning trade today after technology giant Apple reportedly planned to drop Broadcom's chip from its devices, replacing the key chip with an in-house design by 2025. It was among Bursa Malaysia's top losers, ending the day 5.7% down at 2 ringgit 64 with over 30 million shares transacted. Citing people familiar with the matter, Bloomberg News reported on Tuesday that Apple plans to replace Broadcom's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip. Broadcom, however, also supplies other components to Apple, including radio frequency chips and ones that handle wireless charging, though the iPhone maker has been working on customizing those parts as well. Nevertheless, Stacey Raskin, an analyst with financial services firm AB Bernstein, told Reuters that Apple's decision is still likely to hit Broadcom's revenue by about 1 billion to 1.5 billion US dollars. But Raskin stressed that Broadcom's RF chips are complex to design and manufacture, and therefore replacement is unlikely in the short term. A channel check showed that Inari's exposure to Broadcom's business is more on RF chips. It is an open secret that Inari is heavily dependent on US fabless chip designer Broadcom, which is a key component supplier to Apple. Inari's profits have almost matched those of the 2 US tech heavyweights over the past 5 years. Inari's profit grew at a CAGR of 13% between FY 2017 and FY 2022, where Apple is 16% and Broadcom's is 32%. LBS Bina Group has set a sales target of 2 billion for this year, with plans to launch 12 new projects in 2023. The group ended 2022 with 2.003 billion in property sales, surpassing its 2022 sales target of 1.6 billion by 25%. At the group's annual media briefing, Executive Chairman Tan Sri Lim Hock San said that by surpassing its 2022 sales target, this is an indication that LBS Bina's developments are situated in strategic locations in an affordable price range, which matches the needs of the public. LBS Bina's upcoming projects cover the Klang Valley, Johor, Pahang and Perak, with a total GDV of 2.09 billion ringgit and 4,021 cumulative units across all property types. As of end December, LBS Bina's future land bank stood at approximately 2,972 acres. The group also recorded unbilled sales of about 2.46 billion, which is expected to provide clear earnings visibility over the next 2 to 3 years. Moving forward, Lim said the group will further invest in its talent and digitalization initiatives. He adds that the group will also aim to continuously reward its shareholders in accordance with its dividend policy, which is to pay out 30% of profit after tax and non-controlling interests. The labour market is expected to strengthen further in 2023, underpinned by upbeat momentum in the domestic economy and modest expansion in the external sector, said MIDF research. It noted that Malaysia's average jobless rate is expected to descend from 3.8% in 2022 to 3.5% in 2023, but slightly higher than the pre-pandemic level of 3.3%. MIDF research was also of the view that the recently concluded general election should reduce the temperature of the domestic political scene and allow for smoother implementation of fiscal policy. The research house said initiatives for labour market recovery and domestic economic growth should be among major elements in the upcoming retabling of Budget 2023 and the midterm review of the 12th Malaysia Plan. It said steady expansion in primary sectors as well as construction and services will prop up more employment opportunities next year, thereby labour force and employment are expected to pick up by plus 1.6% respectively this year. MIDF research also noted the continued recovery of Malaysia's labour labour market, with the unemployment rate staying at 3.6% in November 2022. However, it also highlighted that the job patterns have shown signs of moderation in the economy amid a weakening external outlook. The research house said that the registered number of job vacancies in Malaysia was 326,300 in October 2022. It adds that in the first months of 2022, job vacancies remained the highest at 412,200 on average, which MIDF research says reflects strong recovery in domestic economic activities. The Malaysian Aviation Commission has yet to complete the review of the Malaysian Aviation Consumer Protection Code and is targeting to finalise it by June this year, 6 months after the previous target of end 2022. MAVCOM COO Raja Azmi Raja Nazuddin said that while the date is out of MAVCOM's control, internally June has been pinned down as a target. In June last year, MAVCOM Executive Chairman Datuk Sri Saripudin Kasim had said the Commission was targeting to release the enhanced version of the MACPC by end 2022. Raja Azmi said amongst the proposed changes to the MACPC included the areas of refund, passenger entitlement, complaints and travel passes. The amendment is to take into consideration consumer rights during unexpected events like the pandemic over the last 3 years, he said. The amendment is within the purview of the Ministry of Transport after taking into account the feedback from various stakeholders and is not required to go through Parliament before being officially gazetted by the Attorney General's chambers, said Raja Azmi.